Ah! Okay. I think that's fine. Get my comments up. Videos. 2 months ago. Whatever. 15. Okay, here we go. Comments. Echo. All right. At least one of y'all are in here. That's fine. So, figured I'd do a Q&A. It's been a while since I've done a video, so let me get that light out of there. Ah, it's annoying. Put my brain in front of it. You can't see it, huh? All right. Anybody else in here? Say you're in here if you're in here. It says there's 2 people watching, apparently. Or evidently. Why are you getting an echo? That doesn't even make any sense. You shouldn't be getting an echo. Is anybody else getting an echo? Says there's 5 people. Yeah, Ben has no echo. So maybe that's fine. I don't know. Shit. So we could talk about some things. I planned on talking about pricing situations or whatever. This chair. Or whatever you want to talk about. Derek always has problems with technology. And he is technology, right? I'm going to take my glasses off. I always wear my glasses when I'm in here. So I figured we'd talk about pricing. Someone give me some, if you want specific examples of what pricing you, I'm sitting at my MFT, so you can, you see what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Sitting here, wiping the dust out of the tracks. Let me move that out a little bit. I think that's, all right, I think that's better. Whatever. Trying to get that fucking glare. Okay, Derek figured it out. He realized that he had 2 browsers open, and there was a delay in one of them, and it sounded like an echo. Okay. I mean, this could be a short video or a long video, depending on if you needed specific examples of different pricing ideas, how to price things, how to make your shirt stay flat so it doesn't look like you're going crazy. Okay. Any specific examples y'all want, or just, yeah. Why does it do that? I don't know why it does it in Discord. All right. So basically, who else is in here? So there's 5 people in here. I want to know who you are, so we know who to talk to. Okay. I guess we'll just start talking about pricing. I don't have any notes or anything. This is just stuff I like talking about. A lot of times when people talk about pricing, the conversation usually starts with, I think I should make this much money per hour. And that's great. So you say, hey, I want to make a random number, $50 an hour, because that's what the big YouTube people think that you should be making an hour as a woodworker, which is great if you can do it. So a lot of people plan out like that. So let's just say they're making something that takes them an hour. So they say it's $50. And then they have material cost. So they say, all right, well, I have $30 in material cost. So now 50 plus 80, simple math. And 50 plus 30 is 80, easy. So I should make $80 for that thing that took me an hour. But that thing is a cup holder, or that thing is a pencil holder. That thing is a clipboard. So are you charging $80 for a clipboard because you want to make $50 an hour? That doesn't really, it's not the way it works. Hi, Jim. Glad to see you in here. Hi, Ben, Derek, usual suspects. If there's anybody else in here, let me know. I like knowing who I'm talking to. I mean, there's only going to be like 6 or 8 of y'all, so whatever. So it's not the way pricing works, because simple things happen. Simple projects don't cost that much. No one's going to pay you $80 for a clipboard. I don't care that it took you an hour and you feel that your price is $50 an hour. It doesn't matter. What does matter is market pricing for that item. So the person is willing to pay $30 for that clipboard. Well, you've already discovered that you have $30 in material cost. So how are you supposed to make your money? You're losing money on that project, basically. So that's what you need to do. You need to take the item. Let's think of a bigger item so there's more money and it's easier to divide up. I love making like a shaker end table is a good example for this, because pretty much everyone knows how to make one, so they know what I'm talking about. So basically, you have a couple $100 in material. You have a few hours, maybe 2 days making this thing. Yeah, Jim, batching. You have to batch small things. So back to the smaller item, right? Batching will really help you out. I mean, if it will take you an hour, because nothing takes less than an hour. That's just life. Shit comes up, right? I mean, you got to go to the bathroom. You got to get something to drink. You have to walk across the shop to grab the glue. You have to do other things as well. And unless you're using a CNC, oh, there we go. Someone's already talking about it. So unless we're using a CNC, you're physically making that product. So with a CNC, the first one's expensive, but the rest of them kind of, pay for that process, which makes that a little bit easier. So what you have to do is you have to look at it backwards. So I want to make shaker end tables for a living, okay? Because I think I've done market research, which is another scary word for woodworkers, because they don't know what that means. And it simply means, in very basic idea, that you have to find out what people in your area are willing to pay for a certain item. I saw a couple of Facebook posts, friends that are woodworkers were complaining that everyone in my area is a cheap asshole and they're not willing to pay for handcrafted American work. Well, you're not making the things that they want to buy. That's really what it comes down to. One of the guys was making birdhouses, and they were shitty little birdhouses, and he was pissed off he couldn't sell them for $400. You're not going to sell a mailbox for fucking $1,000. I don't care if it took you 10 hours to make it. It just doesn't matter. That thing has a market price of value. I'm trying to, Derek. Some more comments would help spur this conversation along. But it doesn't work the first way. Very simply, the reason it doesn't work the first way is if you can make something in 10 hours and you're charging the same amount of money per hour as I am, and it takes you, the 10 hours, and I can make it in 6 hours. So now, I mean, our material cost is probably about the same, regardless of region. Region does play a factor in market pricing, but more often than not, it doesn't play a part in material cost, because I can order material. I'll use the material that I can find locally, and everybody can get walnut, maple, cherry. Plywood's almost the same price everywhere. These types of things. And if you've been in the industry for more than a week, you've probably discovered that you can get better pricing by becoming friends with the people at the lumber mill. Just the way it works. Yeah, Derek's talking about a millwork shop. You have to, cheap labor, mass production, and bid low, and you pray to God that there's change orders, and you charge out the ass for those. That's kind of how you make up your margin. Hickory, no, I'm not debating hickory. You can use it if you want to. So it's weird that a lot of people and I'm not a very successful woodworker in terms of profit, but I at least know why. A lot of people don't know why their woodworking business isn't making, a lot of money. What it comes down to is, I don't know why people think they can start a business and have no idea on how to run a business or how basic economics work. These are scary things to apparently talking about economics. Most people slept in that class if they ever took it, which is why they don't understand pricing. So basically that's my pricing rant in a nutshell. So now we have some more comments. We're talking about Derek is saying you have to know how to do sales, which is my downfall. You have a product. Product is interesting because when you're trying to do a custom product, I don't have a product line. So a product line will really help you, because a product line says that you've determined that this thing is successful in your region, so you can cut down on shipping pricing, which can suck your profit right out. Also, people want that thing. It could be a certain table, it could be a chair, it could be chalkboard, whatever. Pencil holders, it doesn't matter. And eventually people will come to you for that item. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about, Ben. Supply and demand is a very, broad overview of, like, a high-level view of what I'm talking about. You have to know what the demand is. Demand is figured out by market research. You are the supply. You have to differentiate yourself. You have to do something unique from your competitors. Maybe if you're making cutting boards, people, I don't know. I don't know how people sell cutting boards. That is just boring shit to me. I don't get it. And I don't know why, I don't know how people are still wanting cutting boards. I guess people need them, so people buy them as gifts. And, how many fucking cutting boards does a guy need? Yeah, you could do lasers, but that's like the guy, there's guys that sell cutting boards with CNC work in them, and they do quite well for themselves. There's guys that, I was talking to a guy about cutting boards, and he wanted to go into business with me, or at least consult with me about how to do that. My advice was to go get some ingrained like butcher block from IKEA or whatever, flip them, do a fucking a CNC inlay in the inside, and make money. Yeah, cutting boards just they're super easy, so everyone's doing them, and I don't know why they're so hot. It's one of those weird things. Like I sell certain things that are unique, but um, yeah, yeah, Jim. No one goes in the business to lose money, but they don't know why they're losing it. I think it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, Ben, that's exactly what happened. I saw some people in a woodworking forum. They were making reindeer out of fucking pine and balsa and bullshit. And I thought, hey, what if these were made out of a decent wood? So I started making them out of Babinga, Paduke, maple, cherry, and I got into. I kind of hit a roadblock. They were capped out at about $45 each. So I did some brainstorming and thought, hey, how can I sell them for more money? And it was pretty easy. I just used a different wood, something a little more rare or not rare, but a little more sought after, unique looking wood. So I started doing them with a spalted maple burl. I think I made 10 of those for about $80 a piece. And I started making them out of ebony, cocobolo, other things like that. So, that was my differentiation from from my competitors. I mean, go on Etsy and look at, you know, bandsaw reindeer or whatever the name is for them, and you'll see a bunch of fucking pine ones. And they just make them out of pine because they can cut them on a CNC pretty easily. Yeah, I've done one of those, Derek. Cocobolo. You can say Cocobolo like 9 different ways. It's pretty cool. You can say Cocobolo, 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 Cocobolo. Whatever. Cedar. It'd be an ugly fucking reindeer, Jim. Cedar reindeer. Cocobolo. So, yeah, there's just like, walnut is a good one for reindeer because reindeer are kind of dark anyway. I think leopard wood reindeer don't look so great just because you expect that pattern when it curves, it doesn't really come across as being so great. But let's do this. Sick of adjusting my shirt. So, yeah, it's just going to be baggy, whatever. They come in different colors, Derek. Reindeer can be white, they can be dark, they can be whatever color. I think they're normally white in cartoons because they have snow on them. But cherry is a good wood for reindeer. Fairly inexpensive. Yeah, it's a good wood to use for things. Um, so yeah, you have to differentiate yourself from a. I'm not talking about that, Ben. You have to differentiate yourself from the market, from your competitors, and then you know figure out how to capitalize on that. That's really market pricing in a nutshell. It's pretty pretty straightforward. Doing it is the hard part, but at least if you're not doing it well, you should know why it's not working. There, Jim. Thanks for stopping by. I think we're about to drop down to only a handful of people. So, yeah, they both have meetings, apparently. Some of us have work jobs, I guess. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Okay. Um, let's see here. Been on for about 20 minutes. Just trying to get back into things. So I think that's it for today. Unless there's some more comments in here that you want me to talk about. It could be whatever. I don't even care. Doesn't even have to be about wood or pricing or anything. Oh, I got 4 people in here now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's 2 mystery viewers. Hello, caller. I don't know who they are. I wish it would tell me. I bet one of them's Jason. Could be. Let the comments catch up to what I'm seeing, and then we can kind of go from there. I think there's, yeah, I don't know who's in there. Doesn't let me know. Hmm. Yeah, I can't click on it or anything. Ben wants to use his domino. Go do it, man. Go domino your desk together. You domino your USB port. You could do that. So Ben works from home. He's like, I want to go use my domino. Whatever, just go do it. All right. Pretty slow day. Later, Derek. Have fun at your little meeting. I wonder how many people are in here. Let's see here. Oh man, down to 3. Sign language only. Mark. That's the only sign language I know that I could post on YouTube. Well, I could do this one. That's high. Yeah, right. Hey. Show, show. Yeah, it's all the sign language I know, Mark. I'm not. I'm not multi-talented or whatever. I'm too loud to learn sign language. I'll just start screaming at people. So, I guess if no one has any questions or whatever, then we can cut this off and maybe do something later. Oh, Ben. I'm quite a bit busier actually, just because she's at home and messed up her knee. She can't walk really well, so I get to do all the cooking and nonsense. But I'm still out here just as much. Probably a little bit less out here actually, just from all the other stuff I have to do. Last week was really crazy. Just trying to get everything in line and doctor visits and you know, hopefully she'll get her surgery pretty soon and on the road to recovery, as they say. I have to bring my own drinks now, Ben. Not sponsored by Mountain Dew. That'd be cool to be sponsored by Mountain Dew. That'd be awesome. They could bring me like a gallon of it, before the show. Yeah, but I don't have any lattes or anything. It's like I'm making all the coffee now. All the coffee, lunch, breakfast, dinner. Run the little kids around to their appointments and things that they do. Which today's Monday, so I don't think they have anything now. Yeah, Junior was, but whatever. I don't know him, so I can't get that. I can't get that deal in works. That'd be cool if I could though. So, um, let's see here. Do I have any ideas? Not really. Hmm. Trying to think of some ideas. Can't really think of any good ideas. Something to show you. I'm gonna do a shop tour later. Yeah, Ben's the only one talking. Mark can't fucking hear. Ben's the only one talking. I think it's only Mark and Ben right now, which is awesome because Mark can't hear anything. So that's pretty cool. What a great time slot. All right, with only two of y'all in here, and we can do that one. Ben wants to know how to use a domino, like different methods and maybe different attachments or different ways to use it, or things to use it for, things to not use it for, spacing, things like that. Yeah, we can do that one. Uh, I'll have to set that one up and plan for it. But I can do a video on that. Any other festival things you want a demo on, Ben? I know you're eager to spend all of your money. Hey, you too, Mark. Have a good day, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, Ben. I'll set up for that, do some planning, and get some different ideas in place for that. If there's any other things you need help or demo on, let me know. Did you ever set up your bandsaw? So I was just sanding before the show started. That's my little my finish sander. It's really German, but I don't know why they call it a finish sander. Hmm. All right. Make sure no one else joined in. There's 3 people in now. See, how is that possible? People leave and there's more people in. So who else is in here? Which guides, Ben? Your side guides or your back one? And your top and the bottom, or just the top? I like how that sounds. Yeah, Ben, that's why I set mine up without the table on so I could see everything. I mean, look at these fucking hands. They're like fucking monster. I can't get my hands in there to adjust the bottom slides, guides, things. Yeah. For me, the bottom one's hard to adjust because I have monster paws. Hmm. I don't know if there's anything to do about that. Okay. If you need help with that, let me know. I can do a video on that Laguna if you want me to. It'll be pretty easy. I ordered a tripod so I can put my phone on there and take videos of things. So my laptop isn't in here getting broken. Yeah, that'll be cool. All right. Well, I think next time we'll do some more Q&A. Maybe I'll get some more Q's before I do the A's, so it's a little more streamlined. Last time we had like 20 people in here. I was expecting some of that. And then we would have had a really good show. But now this has been, going on quite long enough. So, all right, we'll cut this one off and do another show at some point, and we'll get some cool ideas together. Maybe a Laguna video for Ben, Domino video for Ben, other videos, shop tour. Yeah, lots changed in the shop recently, so that'll be exciting. So until then, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the comments. See you later.